Hi, Tansy. So lovely to be back with another conversation with you. People have been asking us a lot about what love is, and you and I have a very, I would say, almost a different take of expressing what love is, but together create such a beautiful whole. And I know for you, it's very much taking care of your physical self, having a great love relationship with yourself. Can you speak more about that to us, please?
Yeah. In my lens, which is very much health related, is how it impacts your physical health. For me, love is everything. It is overall happiness. It is the creator of good things coming into our life. It is truly everything. And the more that we can practice it, the more that we can open ourselves up to it, the more we're going to have some amazing experiences and some really beautiful relationships unfold and blossom.
Right. So I love that because I think that the bottom line is, I said maybe we were on different ends of the spectrum. And as you began to speak, I realized no, we're not at all. Because connection, connection is where we're healthy. Isolation is when we're not healthy, when we're lonely, when physical issues do come up. The key for me in a relationship, in a true deep love relationship, is also being able to express clearly what it is you want and need from your partner. So very often we use strategies that actually pull us apart. Just to name one would be complaining, where we could take just that and look behind every complaint and see a request. But then I always tell my clients, it's not enough just to make the request. We need to go that step further, because remember, we want to take it out of mind reading and say, this is what I need. How can I help you or support you in giving that to me? So let's just take, for instance, somebody who comes home an hour late and his partner gets really upset. He says, I'm so sorry. When I get involved in my work, I just don't realize. And she might offer, shall I send you a WhatsApp 5 minutes after the time? Because I get so anxious when you're late. My mind goes to all these kinds of places. And then will you remember just to send me a WhatsApp? Oh, I need another hour. Would that be helpful for you? So always to offer, because you really want to remember that you're on your partner's team, you're on his side. So you want to help him be successful. And to me, that is what true love is. And it's then meeting precisely where your partner is right now. I know that's hard for you. So how can I help you? It's not, I'm going to be in love with your evolved self. That's when I'll really be able to communicate with you. It's meeting you where you are right now. It's precision.
Oh, I love that. Meeting where you are at right now. That is beautiful because that is real, true love. That isn't necessarily the surface kind of love or the puppy love, as they might call it, even though that stuff can be great. But the real true love is the respect that comes out of those relationships. And even when you're looking at self love, love for yourself, the respect that you have for yourself. Remember, we are energetic beings. And the more love that we can feel and express for ourselves and for others, the more we're going to create this level of energetic vibration that is just higher, that's going to create more overall health, happiness, and wellness. Mentally, emotionally, in your relationships, in all areas of your life, it spills out.
I love that. I love that creation together, because a relationship isn't just somebody else's. We are in this together to create that energy of togetherness, because together we are so interconnected and we create more beautifully together. Terry Real also speaks about that instead of it being, it's in a kind of like an ecology. If you think of our love as a biosphere, all the bad words, the anger that we put into our living room, that's what we're going to be breathing in. We're going to be breathing in the poison toxins as well. So we want to make sure that it's a clean environment and it's a comfortable and safe environment for us to be living in. So I love that about the creation of the energy, because there is so much creation together.
Yeah. Beth, would you say that having and practicing self-love for yourself is that foundational key place? I don't want to say before, that's not the right word, but that it almost trumps the amount of self-love that you give out. I'm sorry, the amount of love that you give out to other people. Does that make sense?
100%, and that's so valuable what you're saying, and it's such a crucial point here. When I get angry, say with my husband, if I can just take a minute and come back in and do a U-turn to myself, what is it you need right now? What is it maybe your younger self needs right now? And hold myself tenderly and with compassion. Then I will be more compassionate and less judgmental to the outside world. Because the minute I'm critical and using bad language on myself, I'll be sure to be using it with my environment and destroying my relationships.
Yes, I love that. Well, I'm curious, what kind of tips do you have to help people increase the amount of self-love in their life, but also not just self-love, also love within their relationships, and to expand that so they're feeling more love and changing that energetic vibration that we just talked about?
Right. So the first thing I would say is, and this often does need a wise professional like you to come in and be supportive. It's not always work we can do by ourselves. We can't just necessarily do this with a self-help book. We co-regulate each other. So if someone else, a good friend or a professional, can hold that space for you where you can explore your pain points, what's going on for you, where do we appear as a wise adult who is relational, or where are we acting out as a child, as a wounded child, as an adapted child? I would say that is so crucial for us to look first at that and to see that our partners, what are they triggering for us? What are they mirroring for us? Where do they want us to learn to expand? They're our perfect partner. Give us that expansion. Does that make sense?
It does. I love that. Yeah.
What would you say? Where would you say the beginning part is for self-love?
Well, you already touched on a big one. That was, I actually had 3 total that I think are really important. They tap into multiple areas, but you already mentioned one of them, and it is allowing yourself to explore any childhood wounds or any kind of traumas that may be making it more challenging for you to express and feel love. But the other 2, number 1, I'm going to say, is practicing more gratitude. And I don't just mean, having some fluffy statements of gratitude or doing some fluffy journaling work of gratitude. I mean, really learning how to practice that, because in my experience, some people do not know how to express love. They don't know how. That is not a language of theirs. Or they have pushed that away, pushed it down, that they don't know how to express it anymore. So by taking a different approach and practicing more gratitude for things around you, that can help to open up your heart more, so that you are learning how to express and feel and be comfortable with the concept of love. The other piece to that that goes along, especially if you find it challenging to stay in that space, is visualization. I love and am a big advocate for visualization. So visualizing, closing your eyes and visualizing your heart center, your heart space, to open and emit light, or just to open and allow energy to flow in and out. that can feel very stuck for some people, but allowing yourself to create that visualization helps to get some of that energy moving.
I love that. I love that you've given these different options, because not one size fits all. And I just wanted to share that gratitude. My husband and I have a gratitude practice every night where we say to each other, what is it we're grateful for? I try and put him in, of course, every day, something that he's done that I feel grateful for. But it's what we're grateful for just in that day. And it just helps us look back on our day just before we end it. What are we grateful for? And I tell you, it just makes us notice so much wonder and blessings in our days as we go along. Because of course, there's so many more than 3, right?
Yeah.
So it's
I
kind of
love
limiting.
that.
But I would start with something small, and it doesn't even have to. If you can say something about the other person, wonderful. That would be the concretization of the gratitude practice.
I love that. That is beautiful. Thank you for sharing that.
Pleasure. We'll be back in another week with another chat.
Yes. Thank you so much.